Hello, everyone, and welcome to the OneMoreRose Podcast. Tom is a DJ, a business person in music, and a runner. He recently did a 100K run. Today, we will talk about his life, music, running, and goals. Welcome, Tom.
Yeah, my name is Tom Mwanza, also known as DJ T Lamone.
Tom, tell us a bit about yourself.
Cool. So I was born in a country called Zambia in the central southern part of Africa. And Zambia is rich in culture. Um, and Zambia is got 93 tribes, so very different cultures because they all migrated from different parts of Africa and settled in Zambia. So you find different African representation in Zambia, and my upbringing was very interesting because those things, like for example, if you're in school, you've got the Tongas, you've got the Lambas, you've got the Luvales, and so you get exposed to a lot of different things. And even now, like I speak over 10 different African languages, which is interesting to some people, but for me it was just normal. And so that's one part of it, and then the other part is the cultures also bring different sort of music and rhythm and different food as well. So that's me in a nutshell, really. Like just like all this different diversity in one um, is my upbringing, and yeah.
What made you decide to do a 100K run?
Cool. So the 100K run, yeah. So that was from Tollwood to Port Macquarie, which was really interesting. So I'll start with what made me decide to do the 100K, and I'll talk about running in general. Like my mom, who's in Zambia currently, is looking after six orphans. And that's the inspiration. She's in a very small house, and we wanted to help her build a bigger house for the orphans. So um, that's what inspired the run. We thought of what would be something that I could help out with, but that comes natural, and running was that thing. So that's how we set it up. Did the 100K run and managed to raise over 15,000, which managed to get land and build a little bit up to where it's at now. Obviously, we've done other fundraisers with Rotary and stuff like that, but up to roof level now. So just the roofing is what's left, and yeah, so the 100K was really helpful, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So running in general, I love running. Some people would call it an obsession, but I really love running because I've seen like how it helps me transform, as well as like I run also for mental health as well and physical health. Um, but I started running in, I think it was in 2016 or something, when I was training up north. With a friend of mine who's in the army, Steve, and he sort of helped me through the process. Like he was training me just to get fit and stuff, but they were heavy in running, so that's how the process started. But ever since, I've fallen in love with running. So yeah, you see me running around everywhere.
Yeah. How did you start as a DJ?
Yeah, cool. So as a DJ, I'll talk about also like the other things that surround it, I suppose. I am a musician, a composer, a DJ, photographer, and also, I'm a husband and a father of three. Um, but talking about DJing as well, I think I'll talk about the music side as well because I do events, so I do weddings, I do restaurants, I play and sing, and I saw the need of, if we're doing a function, like the need of taking it up a step higher. Like every time like we would play and people would just sort of leave, but after I introduced like a little bit of DJ to what I offer, everything sort of changed. So now what people can do is they can hire me and have pretty much like three in one, you know. So if it's a wedding, they can hire me for a ceremony, the reception, and the after party, you know. So I saw that need, and I provided it. So, but the DJ stuff comes from way back. Growing up in Africa, I used to be involved in a lot of music. I used to be involved in a lot of music. So, um, played in bands and things like that. And but I also used to do a lot of rapping, so that the DJ part comes from that because we used to, like do a lot of mixing and things like that. So that's where the DJing side of the story comes from, which I've always had at the back of my pocket. And like, what better time to bring it out than now? So that's where that comes from.
How do you use your DJ work as a business and building your name in music?
Yes. So using the DJ as a business, like I already spoke a little bit about it, but more expanding now, as more of a bit of a focus as opposed to it having being as a background. So like now I'm thinking about organizing different events that surround the DJ. Because my music, to start with, also to mention, you can find my Tilamon music on Spotify as well. So if you type in Tilamon, you find it on Spotify and it'll come up with some music. So, but my music is Afro dance and things like that, which is more DJ music than it is like, sitting down in a restaurant and playing. So that's how I intend to use my DJ more than what I'm currently using it as. So it's going to be more promoting more myself than having it to be just as a secondary sort of approach. So yeah, so that's going to be the main focus going forward, as well as still doing it for events like birthdays, um, weddings, and if anybody just wants to have a different sort of event that they want a DJ, yeah, there'll be a lot of advertising and stuff like that for it as well.
What problems or challenges have you had in your journey?
Challenges. It's interesting. The fact that I have a multi sort of approach to what I'm trying to do, or what I'm doing in my business. I find it hard to just like separate time, to be able to allocate time between like just playing, DJing, or doing photography on the side. So that's sort of trying to divide time and focus, is the first challenge that I face, I suppose. But also because a lot of work in the area is also word of mouth. So sometimes that can be a little bit challenging, but also rewarding in the same way because you just need a particular set of people to talk, and then you get more work. But also, if if there's not many events and people are not talking, then that becomes tricky. As well as advertising now is sort of gone very digital. So you sort of have to pay a lot to be able to advertise and things like that. So yeah, so the challenge I think mostly is marketing. Um, is what I find is marketing is the most challenging. Yeah.
What are your goals for the future in running and music?
At the moment, I am pursuing a sub 3 hour marathon, which is interesting enough. I did the first marathon I did was last year, the Gold Coast Marathon, and I obviously like was training for a sub 4 hour marathon, but I ended up doing it in 3 hours and 34, um, which is it's pretty good. It's not super fast or anything, but it's pretty good for a first go. And so I thought if I train hard this year and have another goal, I might get closer. So we'll see how close we get this year, and then next year definitely pursuing a sub 3, because then I'll be able to qualify to be able to go and do the majors, like in different places and stuff. So that's on the running side, that's where the focus is at the moment. And but with the music, pretty much like just trying to expand on what I'm currently doing, do more events. Always wanting to be connected to the community, so I'll definitely keep doing what I'm doing, like weddings, different events, parties, and things like that. But as well as expanding and making it into a bit of a um, like a which is what I'm currently doing anyway, but just expanding on it as opposed to making it into a multi-business sort of thing instead of just focusing on the music. I want to bring visuals to it as well, so that's a long time goal, but it's slowly happening in the background, and soon I'll be able to launch the full product. So yeah, love to provide a one-stop shop for anybody who's looking to hire me for music. Um, if they want to do some photos or videos, but have a one hub sort of approach. Obviously, I won't be doing it all by myself. I'll probably have hire people to be able to, so we can expand. But that's the future goal, is to be able to have a one-stop shop sort of thing um, with the music. But in the like the current goal is sort of being able to still provide the music playing, the DJing as well.
What message do you want to share with the people listening today?
Cool. The message that I would like to share with listeners is that, like, you can definitely multitask and be good at it. Um, like I do a lot of things, but I think I am good at so, like I am good at what I do. Um, but it requires a lot of time, from family as well, and you just have to sort of divide your time and things like that. And but the big thing that I would like the listeners to take on is the fact that as we go through life, we gotta really think about other people as well, and that's what sort of propelled me to do the 100K run. Because as we go through life, we are not just existing; we are existing for a reason and for a cause. And for me, that's such a big thing to always think about. Take a step back off from the busy schedule and just look at what's going on around you. So yeah.
I would like to say a big thank you, Tom, to be here in the One More Rose podcast.
Cool. No, thank you so much, Rose, for having me today. And guys, don't forget to follow One More Rose, and please come and jump on the podcast.
Yeah, thank
Cool.
you. See you next time.
See you. Bye.
Bye.